Fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
That 8 out of 10 fact does not include the $30 billion of economic costs. That is $2,000 of additional costs for every single family. When we exposed that, he denied it. When the parliamentary budget officer reported on it, they attacked him and tried to gag him. Mr. Speaker, that minister is not worth the economic vandalism. We cannot believe a word he says about taxes. He needs to resign. When will the Prime Minister fire him?
Everyone has an opinion about Canadian federal politics.
Oh, yeah.
This government that gagged the parliamentary budget officer that actually told Canadians the truth, and they cherry-picked portions of the data that supports their version of the truth, which makes them look even more guilty. If they truly believed that the carbon tax was helping, they would release the report. Instead, they kept a $30 billion secret from Canadians. The minister wanted to tell Canadians that paying more for gas, for groceries, for home heating, they would be better off. Misleading Canadians about $30 billion. I don't know how he looks anyone in the face. When will the Prime Minister actually fire him?
The Honourable Minister for the Environment and Climate Change.
How can the Conservative Party of Canada and those members who campaign to put in place a price on pollution, Mr. Speaker, can look anyone in the eyes is beyond me. How can they look anyone in the eyes and say, we're doing nothing to protect you against forest fires. We're doing nothing to protect you against hurricanes. We're doing nothing to protect you against flooding, Mr. Speaker. They have no plan for the economy. They have no plan for climate change. And they have no plan to work with communities to protect them from the devastating impacts of climate change.
It's not my numbers, it's his numbers.
Exactly.
His own department just released data moments ago showing that the real cost will be $30 billion in hit to our economy. This is above and beyond the direct cost at the pumps and on people's heating bills. Now, when the parliamentary budget officer said this, he denied it. Right. He tried to gag the parliamentary budget officer and shut him up completely. Why did this minister try to hide the facts and punish a legitimate, hard-working public servant who tried to tell the truth?
What is hypocritical, Mr. Speaker, is that even while their carbon tax was costing families more than $1,800 a year, even while they knew that over 2 million Canadian families per month were accessing the food banks, the Liberals continued to try to convince Canadians that they were better off for paying a higher carbon tax. An $1,800 tax is a lot of money to many Canadians. So, when will this Liberal government give Canadians back their money and fire the Environment Minister?
The Honourable Leader of the Government in the House of Commons.
Mr. Speaker, this government is very proud of this Environment Minister who has put the first credible plan on the table in history to meet our Paris agreements, the Paris agreement that they want to rip up. No surprise, they've gotten all of the data today that shows that 8 out of 10 Canadians, Mr. Speaker, are better off. They're standing up for the more well-off in our society, just like they want to move on from what they did 2 days ago, which was stand up for the 0.13% of Canadians, not the people who draw a paycheck, make an honest living, go to work every day, and pay their taxes on time, Mr. Speaker.
To make ends meet, this Prime Minister put a gag order on the parliamentary budget officer. Why? To prevent the PBO from releasing the full report exposing the true cost of the NDP Liberal carbon tax. We now know that the carbon tax will cost Canadians $30 billion in economic activity. That's over $1,800 for every family. So why continue to muzzle the PBO? Is it because the report is so damning it should cost the minister his job? When will the Prime Minister fire his truth-evading minister?
The Honourable Minister for Innovation.
Speaker, on this side of the House, I can tell you, and Canadians are proud of the Environment Minister. You know what? Because he is standing up for what is right for this country, Mr. Speaker. Whilst you have the climate deniers on the other side, they want to see the planet burning. We want to act for our children. We want to act for future generation. Mr. Speaker, 8 family out of 10. 8 out of 10. We know it's tough to go beyond 6 for these guys. It's just 6 plus 2. That gets to 8. 6 plus 4 gets to 10. 8 out of 10 will get more money, Mr. Speaker. We'll fight for every step of the way. We'll fight for climate change, and we'll fight for our children, Mr. Speaker.
Secret government report confirms what Canadians already know. The carbon tax is costing Canadians more than they're getting back. The report says the carbon tax is costing Canadians $30 billion a year. That's almost $2,000 a household per year. This government's not worth the cost. When will the Environment Minister resign?
The Honourable Minister for Indigenous Services.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And it looks like the Conservatives want to change the channel. I mean, yesterday they were all about talking about capital gains, fighting for the rich guy, you know, holding up plumbers and electricians. And, well, they didn't actually talk about waitresses or school bus drivers, and talking about how, you know, they're fighting for the little guy. On this side, we know that those Conservatives don't care about people that are pulling a paycheck, but rather they're focused on their ultra-rich friends.
Liberals are scrambling and their facts do not add up. Kneecapping our healthcare providers to pay for this government's credit card bill is bad fiscal policy and it's bad healthcare policy. The key to sound, robust healthcare system is preventative medicine, ensuring that Canadians get timely access to healthcare that they need. This not only saves lives, Mr. Speaker, it saves government money. Increasing the tax burden on doctors who carry out this work will only force doctors out of the country. Mr. Speaker, when will this pompous Prime Minister finally listen to the thousands of people on wait lists?
As the honourable member is a well-respected member of the House, I'm just going to ask her very quickly just to withdraw that one word because it does refer to an individual member.
I'll withdraw, thank you.
And I thank the honourable member for doing so. The Honourable Minister of Health.
Well, Mr. Speaker, when you're out of arguments, you turn to insults. And asking the 0.13% to pay a little bit more so that we can have fairness and equity in our tax system, making sure that a nurse doesn't pay a higher marginal rate of tax than a millionaire. Mr. Speaker, that is fundamentally unfair. But you know what? We'll kneecap our healthcare system, Mr. Speaker. 200,000 seniors now in just 6 weeks have got dental care. The Conservatives want to take that away. Pharmacare, making sure that a diabetes patient gets the medicine that they need. They want to cut that, Mr. Speaker. That will kneecap.
The government was forced to admit that the carbon tax will cost every single Canadian household more than $1,800 in lost GDP. That's a $30 billion secret they kept. Not once in anything ever released claiming that Canadians were somehow better off with the carbon tax did the minister include these devastating economic costs he knew existed, because it was more important for him to continue to spread the falsehood. Canadians deserve to know they deserve a minister who will tell the truth. If he's incapable of that, when's he going to resign?
So gang, that's another wild one right there. I'm not gonna try to tell you what to think about what you just saw. You're a Canadian, you can make up your own mind. But I do want you to come back and watch some more of the wild videos that we collect. We've got this network happening now, and also if you're interested in a live chat in a fun stream, we watch the question periods daily, all of them. It's a great community, it's a fun chat, come check us out. Like, subscribe, get notified, all that fun stuff. Comment, I love the comments, and especially just come back. I just want you to come back, not going to try to sell you anything. Here we go, we're just learning about Canadian federal politics. Right here, Question Period Canada. We have 1 million questions, almost no answers, but we'll be showing you the videos, so like, subscribe, get notified, share, all those fun things. Check out one of the other videos. We've got a good thing going on here, liking and learning, and sharing with you. That's what we're doing right here. Question Period Canada. Catch the next video. It'll be wacky.